Making it in Hollywood is no easy feat, and one wrong move can send everything crashing down. From Jussie Smollett's infamous fake police report to Ja Rule passing up a golden opportunity, here are 20 black actors whose careers took a nosedive in mere moments. Cuba Gooding Jr. Cuba Gooding Jr. was once a shining star, celebrated for his roles in classics like Boys and the Hood and Jerry Maguire. Despite an Oscar win and early fame, his life spiraled into controversy. In 2018, multiple women accused him of sexual assault, triggering a massive backlash that left him isolated in the industry. Opportunities vanished, and his once bright career dimmed under the weight of damaged reputation. Jussie Smollett. Jussie Smollett followed a similar tragic path. After rising to fame as Jamal Lyon on the hit series Empire, he made headlines for all the wrong reasons. In 2019, Smollett staged a hate crime against himself, hiring two men to fake an attack while wearing MAGA hats. Initially seen as a victim, the truth soon unraveled, leading to his arrest for filing a false police report. He was ultimately sentenced to 30 months of probation and 150 days in jail, shattering his career and reputation. Isaiah Washington. He took a major hit when he stepped out of line on the set of Grey's Anatomy. In 2006, during a heated argument, he used a homophobic slur directed at co-star T.R. Knight. The fallout was swift, and Washington was fired from the show in 2007. Though he made a brief return in 2014, the controversy had already tarnished his career, leaving him struggling to regain his footing. Ja Rule. He experienced his own dramatic downfall with the disastrous Fyre Festival in 2017. Marketed as a luxurious music festival on a private island, it quickly turned into a chaotic mess that failed to deliver on its promises, leaving attendees stranded and disappointed. This debacle not only ruined the festival, but also significantly tarnished Ja Rule's reputation and business ventures. Attendees were excited to kick off the festival. When they arrived, they were met with a chaotic construction site instead of the vibrant event they had anticipated. With tents barely standing and limited food options, it quickly became clear that the festival was a disaster. Guests found themselves stranded, and the local economy took a hit as workers and contractors went unpaid. In response, a massive $100 million lawsuit was launched against the festival organizers, which only deepened the damage to Ja Rule's reputation. The lawsuit claimed that the organizers knew about the festival's shortcomings well in advance. Ja Rule issued an apology, but it fell on deaf ears. Attendees were more interested in getting their money back than hearing excuses, leading to a significant blow to his public image. Then there's Bill Cosby, who saw his decades-long career implode due to his own choices. His rise began in the 1960s when he made history as the first African-American actor to lead a dramatic series on American television with I Spy. But everything changed in 2014 when comedian Hannibal Buress made a pointed joke about Cosby's alleged misconduct during a stand-up routine. The audience's mixed reaction of shocked laughter and gasps highlighted the uncomfortable truth, and the moment was captured on video, going viral almost instantly. This sparked a wave of attention on Cosby's past, bringing forth numerous allegations of sexual misconduct from nearly 60 women. As more stories came to light, Cosby's once stellar reputation crumbled. And who could forget Will Smith? In 2022, he turned his life upside down with one impulsive act. After slapping Chris Rock for a joke about his wife during the Oscars, Smith became the talk of the town for all the wrong reasons. Instead of celebrating his first Oscar win, the night is now remembered for that shocking moment of aggression. The fallout was swift. The Academy banned him for 10 years, and his film, Emancipation, flopped both critically and commercially, largely because it came out too soon after the incident. Projects he was involved in were either put on hold or shelved altogether. For many fans, this incident will overshadow his many great performances, forever defining his legacy. It's remarkable how quickly a single moment can alter a career, turning celebrated figures into cautionary tales. Nate Parker. Nate Parker's story is a cautionary tale of how quickly a career can unravel when one doesn't take responsibility. While Will Smith faced the fallout of his actions head-on, Parker seemed indifferent to the serious allegations against him. Just to give you some background, Parker was on the brink of becoming a superstar with his film The Birth of a Nation. It premiered at Sundance and set off a bidding war, with Fox Searchlight shelling out a record-breaking $17.5 million for distribution rights. But just as everything was falling into place, old allegations of sexual assault from Parker's college days resurfaced. These allegations accused him and a friend, Jean-Gianni Celestine, of assaulting a female student while she was intoxicated and unconscious. Though Parker was found not guilty, the outrage that followed was intense. Many felt his responses were inadequate, and his defensive attitude only intensified the backlash. As a result, The Birth of a Nation underperformed at the box office, and since then, Parker has only directed and starred in one film himself, leaving many wondering what might have been. Then there's Gary Dourdan, whose struggle with addiction illustrates another tragic downfall. Behind the glitz of the red carpet, many actors face demons that can derail their careers. Dourdan's issues began to surface in the early 2000s, and by 2008, his erratic behavior led to him being fired from CSI Crime Scene Investigation. The turning point came when police found him asleep behind the wheel of his car, parked on the wrong side of the street. Inside the vehicle, they discovered drugs, including cocaine and ecstasy. This incident marked a steep decline in his career, showing just how devastating addiction can be for even the most talented individuals. These stories remind us that fame can be fleeting, especially when faced with personal challenges and the consequences of one's choices. It's shocking how many Disney child stars have faced struggles with addiction, mental health issues, and legal troubles. Take Orlando Brown, for example. He was once a beloved young actor, known for his role as Eddie Thomas on the hit Disney show That's So Raven. He was full of energy, saying things like, "Man, this is the best day of my life. Nothing can stop me now." But behind that cheerful facade, personal battles were brewing, and they ultimately took a toll on his career. In 2016, Brown's life took a dramatic turn when he was arrested for domestic violence and drug possession. The incident unfolded outside a police station, where he was found in an altercation with his girlfriend. When police searched him, they discovered methamphetamines. This arrest was a heavy blow to Brown's already fragile career, leading to a wave of negative publicity that severely limited his professional opportunities. Then there's Todd Bridges, known for his role as Willis Jackson on the iconic series Diff'rent Strokes. He had it all: fame, fortune, and a bright future. But when the show ended in 1986, Bridges felt lost and aimless. It was during this vulnerable time that his co-star Dana Plato, who was also battling addiction, introduced him to drugs. Initially, Bridges saw it as a way to cope with the pressures of fame, but it quickly spiraled out of control. As his addiction deepened, Bridges found himself dealing drugs to support his habit, becoming entangled in the dark underbelly of Los Angeles. In 1988, he was even charged with murder after a member of his drug gang was shot. For years, Bridges wrestled with addiction, and it took a heavy toll on his life and career. Eventually, after hitting rock bottom, he sought help and turned his life around. Today, he speaks openly about his struggles and the harsh realities of drug addiction, hoping to inspire others facing similar battles. Next up is Terrence Howard, a talented actor who rose to fame with roles in films like Crash and as James "Rhodey" Rhodes in Iron Man. His role in the blockbuster was a major milestone, earning him a staggering $3.5 million and making him the highest-paid star in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But what seemed like a dream job quickly turned sour due to his difficult behavior on set. Despite his impressive salary, Howard was reportedly hard to work with, often clashing with crew members and co-stars, including Robert Downey Jr. Insiders shared that director Jon Favreau and the producers grew increasingly frustrated with Howard's performance, forcing them to re-edit and reshoot scenes. The environment became so toxic that Marvel Studios ultimately decided to replace him with Don Cheadle for the sequel. Howard later claimed that his departure was partly due to Downey Jr. receiving a rumored $10 million salary increase, which reduced Howard's pay. However, many insiders pointed to his attitude as the main factor in his exit. Then there's Marcus T. Paulk, the beloved child star who played Miles Mitchell on the hit show Moshe. His adorable portrayal of the younger brother made him a household name and opened up many doors in Hollywood. It looked like he had a bright future ahead, but personal and legal troubles soon took a toll on his career. In 2009, Paulk was arrested for driving under the influence, marking the beginning of his legal struggles. But things took a more serious turn in 2013 when he was involved in a domestic violence incident with his then-girlfriend, leading to charges of physical assault. This incident severely damaged his reputation and made it difficult for him to find work in the industry he once thrived in. Despite the setbacks, Paulk made sincere efforts to rebuild his life and career. He engaged in community service, counseling, and other rehabilitative programs to demonstrate his commitment to personal growth. However, as we all know, regaining trust in the industry and among the public is a significant challenge after such high-profile incidents. Chris Tucker. Chris Tucker's journey in Hollywood underscores the importance of maintaining a positive public image and making smart personal choices. He first captured audiences as Smokey in Friday, but his big break came in 1998 when he starred alongside Jackie Chan in Rush Hour. The film was a massive hit, leading to 2 sequels and skyrocketing Tucker's fame. However, his career took a downturn after Rush Hour 3 in 2007, when he began turning down multiple film offers, becoming overly selective with his roles. This decision significantly reduced his on-screen presence. On top of that, Tucker faced financial issues, including unpaid taxes, which further damaged his reputation. In the 2010s, he attempted a comeback with stand-up comedy and a few film roles, like in Silver Linings Playbook. While these efforts received some praise, they didn't quite revive his career. Then there's Flip Wilson, who made history in 1970 with The Flip Wilson Show, becoming the first African-American to host a successful variety show on network television. The show was a huge hit, featuring sketches and memorable characters like Geraldine. Wilson won 2 Emmy Awards and a Golden Globe for his work. But despite this success, his career began to decline in the mid-1970s. The relentless grind of producing a weekly show took a toll on his creativity, and changing tastes in television led to a decline in interest in variety shows. Wilson also struggled with substance abuse and financial management. By the late 1970s, he chose to step back from the spotlight, ending his show in 1974 and making fewer public appearances. This diminished visibility contributed to his fading relevance in the 1980s and 1990s. Although he attempted to revive his career with guest spots and stand-up gigs, he couldn't recapture his former fame. Next, Sherman Hemsley. Known for his iconic role as George Jefferson in The Jeffersons, faced a similar struggle. The show, which ran for 11 seasons, was one of the longest-running sitcoms of its time. After its conclusion in 1985, Hemsley found it challenging to land roles that matched his previous success. He starred in another sitcom, Amen, from 1986 to 1991, but it didn't reach the same heights as The Jeffersons. As time passed, Hemsley became so closely associated with George Jefferson that producers were hesitant to cast him in different roles, limiting his opportunities to showcase his versatility. He also faced financial troubles, including unpaid taxes, which further tarnished his reputation. In his later years, Hemsley made occasional guest appearances and participated in reunion specials, but these efforts didn't restore his fame. He sadly passed away in 2012. Michael Jace, like Hemsley, struggled to break free from his iconic character. He started his acting career in the early 1990s, appearing in various TV shows and films before gaining recognition for his powerful performance as a conflicted police officer in The Shield. which aired from 2002 to 2008. His portrayal earned him respect in Hollywood, but once the show ended, Jace found it tough to land roles that matched his earlier success, often settling for smaller parts. Tragically, in 2014, he was arrested for the murder of his wife, April Jace, at their Los Angeles home. Jace himself called 911 to report the shooting, and the shocking crime sent ripples through the entertainment industry, revealing troubling details of domestic violence and personal struggles. Michael Jace isn't the only actor whose career took a nosedive due to murder charges. O.J. Simpson faced similar trials. He first became a household name as a star, running back in the NFL, playing for the Buffalo Bills and the San Francisco 49ers. Simpson set records and even earned the prestigious Heisman Trophy during his college days. After hanging up his cleats, he transitioned into acting and broadcasting, appearing in films like The Naked Gun and serving as a sports commentator. However, everything changed dramatically in 1994 when his ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend Ron Goldman were found murdered. O.J. was charged with their deaths, leading to a sensational trial that captured the world's attention. In 1997, a civil court found him liable for the wrongful deaths of Nicole and Ron, ordering him to pay $33.5 million to their families. This verdict shattered his public image and effectively ended his career. Things went from bad to worse for Simpson in 2007 when he was arrested for armed robbery and kidnapping in Las Vegas. By 2008, he was convicted and sentenced to 33 years in prison, with a minimum of 9 years before he could be considered for parole. After serving 9 years, he was released in 2017, expressing a desire to reconnect with family and friends, claiming, "Believe it or not, I do have some real friends." Another actor facing struggles is Tiny Lister. He rose to fame in the 1980s and 1990s with standout roles in films like No Holds Barred and Friday, where he became famous as the intimidating Debo. His unique physical stature and look made him a memorable figure in Hollywood, and he even enjoyed a successful stint as a professional wrestler in the WWE. Despite his familiarity on screen, Lister struggled to find roles that showcased his full range as an actor, limiting his opportunities and making it hard to sustain a long-term career. Then there's Cat Williams, who burst onto the scene in the early 2000s with his sharp humor and distinctive comedy style. His stand-up specials became wildly popular, cementing his status in the comedy world. He also ventured into movies and TV, further building his reputation. However, his career began to spiral downward amid frequent legal troubles, including arrests for assault, theft, and weapon possession. These legal issues took a toll on his finances, leading to costly legal fees and fines. Coupled with his erratic behavior and public incidents, Williams found it increasingly difficult to maintain professional relationships, making it tough to secure new roles and opportunities in the entertainment industry. Eddie Griffin's journey in Hollywood mirrors the struggles faced by Cat Williams, as personal and professional issues made it tough for him to maintain a successful career. He first burst onto the scene in the 1990s, gaining fame with his stand-up comedy and his role in the hit TV show Malcolm and Eddie. His memorable line, "Man, I'm already black. My feet are black. It ain't no sense in getting them black," showcased his unique humor and charm. He also starred in several popular films, solidifying his status as a rising star. However, as his career took off, Griffin began to face significant challenges. His behavior became increasingly erratic, and he found himself embroiled in various controversies. Legal troubles piled up, including issues with unpaid child support and other financial woes. These problems not only drained his bank account, but also tarnished his public image. Despite his efforts to revive his career through stand-up shows and different media projects, Griffin struggled to reclaim the fame he once enjoyed. The combination of his legal battles and personal issues made it difficult for him to regain his footing in the industry, highlighting how quickly success can slip away in the spotlight.